June 8th, 1970 to November. He was in Vietnam from November of 1970 to November of 1971. Okay, we're going to start with the first question. What was soldier life like on the base in Vietnam?
Well, as a soldier on the base in Vietnam, we lived in houses. 90% of them was under the ground, and 10% was on top of the ground. And there was 12 by 12s surrounding it with sandbags and sand on the sides of it, and about 4 feet of bunkers on the top. So when incoming rockets and mortars would hit, nothing would hurt the top of it, and it wouldn't hurt us too much unless it was just a very big bomb, or a meteor, or a rocket.
And if you were to get sent out to combat, what was life like on the battlefield?
Well, I was a combat engineer in special forces. I did mine sweeps, and we did bridges and mine sweeps, and we built pontoon bridges and support bases, and so they could take food and stuff out to the support base on the roads. There's dirt roads, and they would plant mines, and we had to go and do the mines and get them clear, and we had to make bridges and stuff like that for them, and full support for the infantry when they got in the hot spots.
And what diseases were there in Vietnam?
Oh boy, you had all kinds of diseases. You had here, okay. I had 36 shots down me when I went to Vietnam, and they had malaria over there, and they had funguses in the jungle. When your feet got wet and the ankles get wet, you would catch this, I call it foot rot. I got a little bit on this left foot, and I'll show you that too. But that's what you would catch over there, and when I got back, over there they had a lot of malaria over there, but we had 36 shots down, so we didn't have to worry about getting any of that. And the country over there, the whole battlefield is just like infested. You can just smell it, the whole countryside over there.
And how would they treat the sick and wounded?
Well, we have a medical unit. The medical team consists of medics to go through the training. They're not surgeons. So if somebody got hit hard enough, they couldn't put kidneys in and all that kind of stuff. They were just trained like I was. They were just there to help the people and patch them up until they got to a hospital. In my instance, on one of my instances when I was out on several occasions, this happened to one of them. They get their leg hurt or whatever, we'd have to call a chopper, and a chopper would come out and get them and take them back to the main hospitals and fix them up there. And that was about, we had one with us on our mine sweep sometimes, but not all the time. We just had.
What was it like fighting against the Viet Cong?
It was like fighting against the Viet Cong. We always had to stay on top of everything. We had the NVA, which is North Vietnamese soldiers, a more up-to-grade army of Vietnam. Then you had regular Vietnam Army itself was considered of the people, and they was in for life. Our tour was like 1 year, but they was in it for life. And they helped a little bit, but their army wasn't very big. It was just a small army they had. And sometimes we'd even train them with how to use certain equipment and certain guns and stuff like that, because they didn't know how. They didn't have the training, proper training. Room 9. What was your personal thoughts of the war? Well, my personal thoughts was I was a paid political soldier for a foreign country. My personal thoughts was we didn't have no business over to start with, but our hands was tied a lot of time. The government wouldn't let us do but so much to win the war in Vietnam. And we tried. But my personal thoughts was we did what we were supposed to do. We got drafted. I done the best I could. I went to Vietnam. I fought my heart out in a country I didn't want to be in. I didn't deserve to be in, but I did good. I was E5 when I came back. But I got a granddaughter. I'm thankful for that. And I'm 60-something years old, 66 years old. I got Agent Orange and a cyanide poison when my teeth fall out. My name is Willie Gaines, and I'm a combat engineer. And I'm a special forces. And I went to Vietnam in 1970. I took my basic training for Polk, Louisiana. I'm doing this for my granddaughter. I took my LT troop training in St. Louis, Missouri. And Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. But I'm doing this for her, and I thank you very much. And I hope you'll get something out of it. My name is Willie Gaines, Cedar of Texas. I'm a Vietnam vet.